this video I'm going to talk about my concept of a grab bag. And before I start talking, 4 quick clarifications. I'm not talking about a bug out bag like you see people preparing for the end of the world. You've got a bug out bag, you want to head off into the mountains to escape the zombies and survive in the mountains. It's more for if you're a tourist, a general traveller, either in your own country or travelling to other countries. And it's not talking about what is survival, like Bear Grylls style survival, emergency survival out in the mountains or the bush with tents and tarps and making fires and cooking pots and so forth. It's mainly in an urban setting. Like I said, you're in cities, villages, towns and so forth. You're a general tourist or traveller. If you're in more remote areas, you could put some more survival items in there, but in the part 2 video, I'll break down the contents of my bag and we'll talk about what we can have in there. Okay, so the grab bag is going to be a standard size backpack like that. You're going to keep it in a nice prominent location in your room, and it's going to be for emergencies. The easiest way to explain is to explain the scenario. I might be here in my condo, you could be in your hotel, your apartment, your room, motel, anywhere, and there might be a fire. You may have to run for your life to save your life. There could be smoke coming in, and you've got a bag with your most important items. You can just grab and run. Okay, the last thing you want to do is go looking for things and, where's all my stuff, because that delay could be fatal. It's just to grab your bag and run. Okay, so that's why I don't recommend the bag to be a large backpack like this. This sort of thing you take camping, or backpackers might go travelling. It certainly won't be a large suitcase on wheels that you pull. It has to be what I call a standard size backpack like that, not a small one or not one of those large travel ones, because you may have to crawl under smoke, jump out a window, climb down ladders, fire escapes and so forth. So that's why, but at least a small backpack or a standard size backpack I can put on my shoulders and still perhaps run and jump out a window or something. A large bag like that in suitcases will hold you back and could be a problem. That could be questionable. Okay, so what you're going to do is, and just what I'm talking about, that backpacks are the best sort of bags to have, because if you're out on the street, if you have to walk, you can just put the backpack on and go walking. It's better than carry bags or suitcases and so forth. If you're a general tourist, I understand those suitcases with all your clothes are okay, but for general sort of travelling, for general sort of what I'm talking about here, backpacks are the best. The secondary option is shoulder bags. Shoulder bags around the shoulder can be an option, but backpacks are the best because the load's taken on your back and you can just walk down the street. Okay, what you want to do is keep all your important stuff, and we'll talk about what, in the bag, not scattered around the room, because you don't want to go searching for everything around the room. If there's an emergency, you want to save your life, not delay and look for things and pack things. So you want to keep everything in the bag, or at least next to the bag, where you can quickly chuck it back in if you've got a second, and then grab and run. Now, there are 4 general categories of stuff that will go into the bag. The details, I'll break down this bag in part 2, but the 4 general categories are survival type items you may think you may need when you're out on the, not out in the bush like Bear Grylls style, like I said, but just general things out on the streets, hats and stuff like that, but we'll talk about the exact items in part 2. The second thing is hard to replace items. Now, most of those items should be in your level 1 bag. I've got 2 videos in this playlist where I talk about the level 1 bag, your passport, your money, your hotel bookings, travel insurance, all those sorts of important documents in a small pouch that will get you back to the airport and back to your home country and back home if you've suffered some sort of an emergency. That's the level 1 bag. So apart from that, other hard to replace items that you might have in here. The third category is valuable items to you. Things that aren't expensive but are valuable. A SIM card or a memory card full of photographs, jewellery if you're a woman, a ring or something, an expensive watch, stuff like that. And the fourth category are expensive items. Things that cost money, that cost more money to replace. The easiest example to talk about is perhaps a camera. Not those big full-size cameras that need their own bag to carry, but standard-size cameras you can keep in there. And that might have photographs as well, which are valuable to you. Okay, and there are 2 main categories of items that I'm not really talking about. Clothes, which are going to be scattered around your room. You don't want to go packing up your clothes in an emergency, and you can normally go shopping and buy more clothes anyway, and bathroom toiletries and so forth, which are going to be in your bathroom. You're not going to go into the bathroom to pack up stuff in an emergency. That sort of stuff you can buy easily. You want to save your life, not worry about cleaning teeth or having a bath or something, or putting deodorant on or something. You want to save your life. So that's pretty much it for the grab bag. I hope that makes sense. The most important items in a bag, in a prominent position, a standard size backpack that you can just grab, run for your life, and hopefully you can save your life, but also if you've got a spare moment or the presence of mind to grab a bag, you're going to have all these important items you're going to save. Don't forget, saving your life is the most important thing. If it's truly life-threatening, you're not even going to think about grabbing a bag or grabbing anything. You're just going to run for your life. But if you've got a spare moment or the presence of mind and this thing's all packed, ready to go, you can just grab it and run for your life. So there it is, the grab bag. I hope that makes sense. Stay tuned for part 2, and I'll see you next time.